Am I wrong for refusing to take back my ex after she dumped me the same week I lost my job? Hey everybody, my name is Mike. Come on in, stay a while. Are you thirsty? Because I got some piping hot tea. Am I wrong for refusing to take my ex back after she dumped me the same week I lost my job? So I, 29 male, was with my ex, 27 female, for almost 4 years, and for basically all of it, I was the one keeping us afloat. She was figuring things out the whole time, did a couple months here and there at different jobs, but nothing stuck. And I never made it a thing. I paid the rent, I covered her car payments, and when she got behind, I bought the groceries. I even paid off a chunk of her credit card last year because she was stressed about it and I just wanted her to feel okay. Aww.
You seem nice. I like you.
I genuinely didn't keep score. I loved her, and that's what you do. Then almost 2 months ago, everything went sideways at my company. They started doing layoffs, my whole team was on the chopping block, and the stress was eating me alive. And eventually, I made the call to leave before they pushed me, because staying was wrecking my health. I told her that night, kind of a mess, expecting her to be the one holding me up for once. Instead, she got real quiet. Oh, not a good sign. Side-eye cam. Engage. Within a week, she told me she needed stability. What? And that she couldn't picture a future with someone who's all over the place right now. She was packed and at her mom's in like 4 days. 4 days after 4 years.
Beginning to think like this is a good thing though for you.
So here's where it gets to the point. I got a new job about 3 weeks ago. Better pay actually than the one I left. And I guess word travels because she reached out. Okay. Long message about how she reacted out of fear and panicked and how she still loves me and wants to fix it. She said she knows she has work to do. And a part of me, the stupid part, kind of wanted to say yes because 4 years is 4 years. It's true. It's a long relationship. But I told her no. I told her the timing told me everything I needed to know. That she didn't leave me because I was all over the place. She left me because the money stopped. Now her sister and 2 of her mutual friends are texting me saying I'm being bitter and cold and that people make mistakes when they're scared. My take is that I found out exactly what I was to her the second I wasn't useful. And you don't get to come back just because the useful part came back too. Am I wrong here? Honestly, that's a really sad story. She was gone in 4 days after a 4-year relationship. Very suspicious timing for her to come crawling back. What do you think? It just makes me sad to see someone who took care of their partner for so long, who did their best to eliminate the stresses of their partner's life, and when it's their turn to take care of you, they just take off. I think relationships vary. They're not always 50-50. Sometimes it's 90-10. Sometimes when Charlotte is at a low and she's at 10%, I give her 90. And then sometimes when I'm at 10%, she gives me her 90%, you know? You always pick your partner up when they need to be picked up. And in healthy relationships, you can rely on your partner to pick you up when you're in a time of need. So the fact that she left at a time that you needed her most says a lot about who she is as a person and what she thinks of you. Let's go to the Reddit jury, aka the comments. Not wrong at all. Use the safe option and the one that showed up and paid. That's not love. It's one thing if you're in your early 20s and you're just still maturing a little bit. You're starting your careers and money's tight. But OP is 29, his ex is 27. I mean, you're getting up there. This is kind of a gutless thing to do in my opinion. Definitely not wrong here. She showed you exactly who she is as a person, that when things get tough, she bails. And she talks about stability. Is she for real? She needs to stabilize herself and get a job instead of expecting others to bail her out. Yeah, it is pretty ironic, isn't it? The fact that she freaks out about stability and leaves the one person that made her life stable, and she came crawling back the moment that you got a job.
I don't like that.
I'm not saying it's a red flag, but it's a red flag. Nah, you're not wrong. That's super messed up. My wife would be with me living under a bridge if it came down to it. She's been there when I lost my job and when she was paying all the bills. Now I've got my own company and we're starting to do okay, but she had my back and I've had hers. Love is not transactional. That's what your relationship was. Look for someone who cares enough and is self-aware enough to realize things like that. I am so grateful for my relationship with my wife, Charlotte. When we met, I was struggling a little bit financially and I didn't really know where to go. And she offered me an opportunity. She said, why don't we shoot some stuff together? You're a very talented cinematographer. I had an acting background, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't really see content as like a job. We shot some fun commercials and brand deals together and I kind of got the bug, but she gave me that opportunity and I wouldn't have known that was a path for me if she hadn't given me that opportunity. And I owe everything that I have now to my wife, Charlotte, because she showed me the way. And that's what relationships should be. You should be helping each other. She also gave me a taste for tea. if you know what I mean. It sucks to hear stories about people enlisting other people to make a case for them, sister, friends, whoever. Hate to hear that. Don't entertain any of that. Well done. Yeah, I hate that. Like how she got her friends to call you out for being bitter. Come on, don't enlist other people. You were the one who was abandoned. You were the one who supported her. You're not being bitter. You're just establishing a boundary of like, I did so much for you and I deserve a lot more. And I deserve to be treated better than that. Full period. I like this one. Tell those friends they can fund her bad choices. She left you. Don't have to take her back. She's a gold digger without a stable job of her own. Block and buy. Block and buy. Simple as that. You're not wrong. What a leech. You're better off without her. That's a nice way to end. The way I see it, you supported her financially and emotionally. You gave her stability when her life was unstable. And as soon as something happens to you, she's not there to help you out.
Like, what?
And then she comes crawling back as soon as you get a new job. Massive red flag. You're not wrong. You made the right decision. Block her and bye. Bye. Before I keep going, I just wanted to say that this is a new channel. This is a new thing for me. And if you like it, let me know in the comments. Hype me up. Hype up this new channel. It really helps the smaller channels grow.
Moving on!
Am I wrong for ending a relationship because my girlfriend refuses to hold her adult son accountable?
That's a spicy meatball!
And we have some photographic evidence. Am I being unreasonable for wanting to end my relationship over this? I've been dating my girlfriend for a while and we live together. One of the biggest issues in our relationship has been her 21-year-old son. I want to be clear that I don't hate her son and I've never expected perfection. My issue is that he frequently leaves dishes in the sink, leaves trash overflowing, leaves messes in common areas, and generally doesn't clean up after himself unless someone tells him to. The problem is that I've brought this up so many times in a calm and respectful way. We had multiple conversations and made specific agreements. We agreed that he would clean up after himself and that he would stop going into our bedroom. Despite those agreements, the same things kept happening. What frustrates me is that whenever I bring it up, I feel like my girlfriend immediately defends him or says I'm complaining. Instead of addressing the issue, the conversation becomes about me being bothered by it.
Sounds like a red flag to me.
I've spent a lot of time cleaning the house after work, doing dishes, taking out trash, cleaning up the backyard, and trying to keep the place nice. Then I wake up the next morning to dishes in the sink, trash piling up, and another mess. After a while, it starts to feel like my effort isn't respected. Recently, when I brought up the bedroom boundary again, she told me it's her house and she can do whatever she wants. And if she or her son want to go to the room, they will. What bothers me is that we had already agreed on a different boundary and then it felt like that agreement no longer mattered. At this point, I don't even know if the issue is cleaning anymore. I think the fact that I feel ignored and that the agreements we made don't get respected. Am I being unreasonable for ending the relationship over this, or would most people be frustrated too? I would be frustrated. As adults, being in a respectful relationship, you have to have clear boundaries, which you have, and you have to honor those boundaries. And it sounds like she's just making excuses for her son, who seems to be a little Tasmanian devil.
Don't like that.
This is a tough situation to be in because it's her house, technically, it's her son. It sounds like you've made a big effort to be respectful of her place, to be respectful of her son, and in return, you've asked for some boundaries, which is totally fair. The fact that you have a bedroom boundary and she just sort of backtracked on it is a bit of a red flag for me. Maybe you've like created this pattern with her son where he leaves his mess and you clean it up. Maybe you should just like let the dishes pile up and be like, okay, well then your son can clean it up because I'm not gonna clean it. I don't know if that's like too passive aggressive, but that's kind of what I would do for a little bit.
I'm a little sassy-passy sometimes.
You sassy bitch.
What sounds frustrating is that you've brought this up multiple times in a calm, respectful way. And if she doesn't acknowledge that, then I think there's a bit of a problem in this relationship. You have to have boundaries. It doesn't matter if it's her house, her son, your son, you have to have boundaries and you have to respect them. If your partner is not making the time to listen to you, to hear you, to respect what you're saying, and to validate your feelings about a situation, then I think that's a major red flag. Let's go to the comments. You are not. Wish her well with her son and go on about your business.
Just pack those bags and get the hell out of there, know what I mean?
I think you should sing that song from The Sound of Music. So long, farewell.
I'll be there saying goodnight.
Yeah, maybe you should leave and then she'll realize how messy her kid is and realize how much you actually did. I like this response. Goalpost movers are not long-term relationship material in general. It will happen with other issues and not even be confined to the son. When a change to an assurance is done without a change of circumstance to justify it and is to accommodate bad behavior, stick a fork in it. Any representations made are worthless to rely on. I love how tight this one is. You're not wrong. Dump, move, done. Dump, move, done. Dump, move, done. Absolutely not. She disregards your concerns and is blind to her son being a mess. Hopefully this acts like a wake-up call for them, as no one will clean up after them, like I just said. Did I understand correctly that this is her house? If so, she's clearly letting you know that you are only welcome under hers and her son's rules. Your requests for basic decency and cleanliness are not welcome. I'd walk away. OP responds, correct, brother. Honestly, it's a tough situation. She's holding the fact that it's her house over your head. She's moving the goalposts, and it seems like it's her way or the highway. So I think that you should drive on the highway.
Goodbye.
Let's just look at the photos for a quick second. Maybe you just go to the son and tell him to clean that up.
You're disgusting.
Maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know. Was there anything about how long this relationship has been going on for? My parents went through a divorce years ago, and I felt like there was a period of recalibration for everyone involved. I had to find a new relationship with my dad. I had to find a new relationship with my mom, and they both acted a bit differently. And maybe in this situation, she's defending her son to try and keep him on her side. Maybe she's protective of him and just wants to keep him close to her because she wants him to be on her side. I don't know if that's like a crazy take. Forgive me if that is. But I just know that if it's a newer relationship and the parents just got divorced, there could be something of that layered in. Honestly, you're not in the wrong. Respectfully, I would pack my bags and hit the road, Jack. Moving on! Am I wrong for refusing to keep running with my girlfriend because she treats it like a military boot camp? My 26 male girlfriend, 25 female, and I recently decided to start running together outdoors now that the weather is finally getting warm. We both wanted to get in better shape. I thought it would be fun bonding activity. The problem is her attitude completely changes the second we step outside. She yells at me to push harder, criticizes my pacing, and gets genuinely angry if I need to stop to catch my breath. I am just a beginner trying to build some basic stamina. Yesterday morning, I stopped after a mile because my knee was aching. She called me lazy and said I was dragging her down.
She seems like fun at parties.
I just turned around, walked back home, and told her I will be doing my future runs alone. Now she is upset and says I'm not supporting our shared relationship goals. Am I wrong here? She's bullying you on the run and then being like,
What? What, you don't respect me?
she sounds intense. She seems like she has one of those families that would go on runs on vacation. You like show up to like an all-inclusive and you come downstairs fully expecting to drink a mimosa and everyone's got like running gear on being like, hey, we're gonna run a half marathon. You wanna come? And you're like,
No thanks.
it's funny though. I mean, she just seems really competitive. I tell you to run away, but it sounds like she could catch you. Oh my God, that comment made me laugh out loud. Stopping because your knee hurts isn't laziness. It's literally your body telling you to stop before something gets seriously injured.
Yeah, no kidding.
You showed up, you ran a mile, you hit a legitimate stopping point. Getting screamed at while you're still a beginner building your base isn't coaching. And calling you lazy for protecting your knee is just mean. Running alone is the right call. OP says, thank you. I spent the last few hours wondering if I was just being soft, but my knee is still swollen today, so I'm glad I stopped. Running alone sounds much more peaceful. Yeah, I used to love running alone. It's just so peaceful. Now I don't run as much because, you know, mid-30s, back issues, yada, yada, yada. Ask her to explain what the shared goal is because it sounds like she's making a lot of assumptions. I love how she just yells at you for being lazy when you're genuinely in pain and then she's upset when you leave her. Like, what the hell, man? Can you not read the situation? Yikes, obviously not it. I would record the experience and let her see what she sounds like. Not a bad idea. Although imagine the situation. Your girlfriend's mad at you for being lazy or not running fast enough and you just like, pull out your phone to film her. I don't think that's gonna end well. I don't think you're in the wrong. I think you need to sit her down and tell her, look, if you want me to run with you, you have to know that I'm a beginner. You can't be so mean to me. You have to be patient with me. Don't yell at me like I'm in boot camp. You're not wrong. Hit me with the next one. Am I wrong for refusing to babysit my sister's kids after finding out her overtime was actually a spa day? Namaste. My sister has been dumping her 2 kids, 4 and 6, on me every single Saturday for the last 2 months. Her excuse was always the same. Her accounting firm is understaffed and she needs to grind through the weekend to hit her targets. Since I work from home and don't have kids of my own, I figured I'd help out. I didn't mind at first, but it is basically a full-time unpaid shift watching 2 toddlers who think my living room is an MMA ring. Last weekend, I was scrolling through IG while the kids were finally napping and saw a story from one of her friends. My sister was tagged in a video at a luxury spa resort about an hour away sipping mimosas by the pool. What? Side-eye cam. Dude, that's so not cool. Why didn't you invite me? I love mimosas and spas. Like anytime you want to invite me, I'll come. This was at 2 p.m. on a Saturday when she was supposed to be buried in spreadsheets at the office. I took a screenshot and sent it to her immediately. When she came to pick them up, she didn't even look embarrassed. She just laughed and said she deserved a mental health day and that I shouldn't be so dramatic about it. I told her that if she can afford a $300 spa day, she can afford a real babysitter. I informed her that I'm busy this coming Saturday and every Saturday after that. Hell yeah, brother. Now our parents are blowing up my phone saying I'm being a bad brother and that moms need a break. They think I should just keep doing it because I'm already at home anyway. I told them that if they feel so bad for her, they can watch the kids themselves. I am probably done being the family's free labor source. Again, I hate when people recruit their parents or friends to rally on their side even though they're in the wrong. And also, like, where is her husband at this point? Does she have a husband? Is there anything that says that she's single? Like, do the parents know that she lied to you? Do the parents know that she was supposed to be buried in spreadsheets, but she's really buried in towels and cucumber and creams, listening to some lovely 420 hertz music? Probably not.
That's a very pretty point.
And the fact that his parents said that he should keep doing it because he's already at home anyway, clearly they don't respect your time. Like, it's not like you're just sitting there doing nothing. You're still working. You still have a life. Especially if it's your brother, just tell him. I don't know what the big deal is. Okay, so this is what I just said. Do your parents know she lied to you? Yes, and they literally do not care. Oh, interesting. If she can afford a $300 luxury spa resort, she can easily afford to hire an actual babysitter for her kids instead of tricking you. OP says, exactly. It's the entitlement that kills me, period. How about you buy OP a spa day because he's been watching your kids for free every single Saturday? How about you buy me a spa day because I like massages and mimosas and creams and lotions and cucumbers in the eyes, and I love lavender. I'm sure if your sister came to you and said, life is really rough right now, can you watch my kids for 3 hours while I take a spa day? You probably wouldn't say no. You're completely not the a-hole in this one. She lied straight to your face. OP said, I actually suggested that to them during the phone call, and you should have heard how fast they started making excuses about why they are too busy. This is the thing that frustrates me. Honesty, be transparent. I know you've been watching the kids a lot, but it's been a really crazy week at work. I just like need a day. Can you just watch the kids one more time? I'll pay for dinner. I just need to go and have a day to myself. It's been a very, very tough week. I would say absolutely to that. 100%. Honesty, transparency, you know what I mean? And the fact that she didn't even acknowledge it when she picked the kids up, she's like, so what? Mama needs a break. And that's true. Moms do need a break. Maybe she's a single mom, in which case that's got to be very tough. Or maybe she's in a relationship. Like, where is the husband here? I like this one. Not the as a parent, I would never assume my family can take my kids every weekend. That's awful. Given that you watch your kids almost every Saturday without being paid because you're a good brother, given that she went to this spa day and didn't tell you, and also given that she refused to take accountability for this, you are definitely not in the wrong. I think they should just be a little bit more respectful of your time.
Next!
Am I wrong for not letting my mom stay overnight at my house? My mom is in her 60s, and for the last 2 years, my 89-year-old granddad has been living with her after his long-term girlfriend passed away. Aww. Since moving in, it's been really hard on my mom. He's become very moody and bitter, speaks to her quite rudely, doesn't respect her house rules, and even refuses to let her lock the back door at night, which makes her feel unsafe in her own home. Why don't you want to lock the back door? She says her house doesn't even feel like her home anymore. The frustrating part is that my mom's siblings refuse to help. They all say they're too busy with their own lives, but they also say they won't agree to putting my granddad into an aged care. So basically, because my mom originally offered to let him move in, they think she should just deal with it. Because of all this, my mom calls me constantly to vent. Today alone, she called me 6 times, and every call was about my granddad. I love my mom, and I feel awful for what she's been going through, but after a while, I honestly don't know what else to say because it's the same conversation over and over. She keeps saying she wants him out, but also says she has no choice. Now she wants to come and stay at my house for a break. Here's where I might be wrong. I have 5 kids. I'm married. We live in a 3-bedroom house. There's 7 of us living here already. My husband and I don't even have our own bedroom. We sleep in the living room because the kids have bedrooms. Whoa, that's tough. That's major sacrifice. I told my mom she's welcome to come over during the day, stay for dinner, and even stay overnight on the nights my mother-in-law has my youngest daughter, because then my husband and I could use that bedroom while she's there. But she wants to stay regardless, saying she'll just sleep in my 3-year-old daughter's room and won't come out. My husband feels uncomfortable because we'd be sleeping in the living room with someone staying in the house, and he he feels like we'd have no privacy at all. I honestly understand where he's coming from. My mom thinks I'm being unreasonable because she's desperate for a break. I feel guilty because I know she's struggling, but I also feel like my responsibility is to my husband and kids, and our house is already overcrowded. Am I wrong for saying no to overnight stays unless we actually have a spare room available? Just need a little sip of DC. Schemey. First of all, I just want to commend you on letting your kids have their own rooms and you and your husband sleeping in the living room. That is major sacrifice, so I commend you for that. And it sounds like you have a lot on your plate. I think that is just a tough situation for everyone. You know, I feel really bad for your mom being put in that situation. I feel bad that none of her siblings want to help out with that too. And yeah, she's stuck, you know, it's not easy. When my grandfather was old, my mom did a lot for him and a lot of her siblings were involved, but not as much as her. And so I can understand that situation, that dynamic. It's tough because you care about them, right? Like your parent took care of you as a kid. You want to take care of them as they get older as well. I just find it frustrating that none of her siblings want to help out. Maybe they don't want to put him into aged care, as they said, because it's expensive. It can be very expensive, but you have to think about your own quality of life. Why do your siblings have any say in this if he's living with you? That's what I don't understand. Speaking to the mother. Now you have your own life. You have 5 kids and a husband in a 3-bedroom house. Like that is a handful. You shouldn't be the only one that your mom can talk to. Like, does she have any friends? Like, can she talk to her siblings at all about this? I'm a huge mama's boy, so I would feel extremely guilty as well because I don't like the idea of someone being lonely or struggling. You know, I always want to help people, but I don't know if this is your problem to have to solve. Not wrong. You need to shine up your spine. I like that saying, and continue saying no. Your mother, on the other hand, needs to shine up her spine and tell her siblings that she is putting granddad in a home. And as they won't take him in, they get no say, period. He is no longer welcome at hers. That's the part that really drives me nuts. Being told what you can do by siblings that are doing nothing, contributing nothing to the situation. Maybe she needs financial assistance to put him into the home, and that's why she's asking them for their permission. And that could be a very valid reason. You're not wrong. I really feel for you and your mom. Exactly. You're both in really tough situations. I think your mom should insist on respite stay at her siblings' houses, a few days at each home per month. They need to be called on their excuses and need to contribute in some way. If they can't host, they need to club together for a hotel break or for her or something. Best of luck finding a solution for all of you. The siblings should do something. It drives me nuts. You're not wrong, but I really feel for your mom. Her siblings are arseholes and should be giving respite. Surely each sibling having their own dad for a week each wouldn't put them out too much. Is there any way for your mom to start the process of moving her dad to a nursing home? Honestly, you're not wrong, and neither is your mom. You have 5 kids, a husband, and a lot going on. So I feel for both of you, but you are not wrong. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you're gonna love this one. Hype me up a little bit, and of course, subscribe.